Hi guys, today we are starting on our new unit that is about the geography of the ocean basin itself. We're going to start off with talking about convection currents. This has nothing to do with the water. We're talking about the actual geography, the land itself. So, the layers inside of the earth that you need to know and in order from the outside to the inside: the lithosphere, the asthenosphere, the outer core, and the inner core. Okay, so lithosphere, asthenosphere, outer core, and inner core. So the lithosphere is a solid outer part of the Earth. It includes the brittle upper portion of the mantle and the crust. The outermost layers of the Earth's structure are included in the lithosphere. It's bound by the atmosphere on the top and the asthenosphere below. Although the rocks of the lithosphere are elastic, they are not viscous, which means they're not like a liquid or like a putty, but they are elastic. So there's a difference between the continental and the oceanic crust. The continental crust, it contains large land masses, our continents. It consists of granite. That's really important. You need to know that. Consists of granite, and it is less dense than the oceanic crust. The oceanic crust is below the ocean. It consists of basalt, and it is very dense. And remember, with density, whatever is less dense floats. It's above the more dense. The lithosphere is divided into lots of plates. They move very slowly in response to convection currents that occur in the mantle itself. So you won't need to memorize these plates. That's not important at all. We live on the North American plate. Below the really rigid lithosphere, the mantle has hot rock and tar-like consistency, and it moves very slowly, but it flows. And this is called the asthenosphere. So this is all about density when we talk about convection. Convection occurs because heat rises, and as it rises, it cools down. And then as it cools, it sinks back down again, and then it's replaced by something warmer behind it. And around and around and around it goes. These just keep going over and over again. Where do you think the heat comes from? So the mantle is solid but capable of flow. Convection currents are caused by the heated molten rock that occur in the mantle, and they become less dense and rise. At the same time, other molten rock is cooling and becoming more dense, so they sink. Core, lots of heat. That heat heats up the asthenosphere here. As it heats, it becomes less dense because the atoms are moving. It moves upward, it cools. As it cools, the atoms aren't moving very quickly, so it's more dense and it comes back down again. So, warming a substance causes atoms to spread apart and move. It makes it less dense, so it rises. Cooling a substance makes its molecules slow down, which cause it to be more dense, so it sinks. Convection currents are a continuous loop of sinking and rising hot, soft rocks, and it's caused by the energy transfer in the asthenosphere. So, when convection currents meet, is how plates end up moving. When the currents are spinning away from each other, like these two here, the continents move apart. When the convection currents are spinning towards each other, these two here, the continents move together and collide.